Introduction to compliance. Introduction to the module. Compliance comes from the verb to conform, which meaning to follow the regulations. In the context of financial services, it refers to the need for organizations that transact regulated activities to abide by the Financial Services and Markets Act 2000, FSMA, and the rules of the Financial Services Authority, FSA, the industry's only regulator. The laws apply to a large network of financial institutions providing a variety of services and products, including banking, insurance, investment management, and securities. Topics to be covered in this module. What is compliance? Definition of GRC. Benefits of compliance. Compliance Department responsibility of the Compliance Department. Compliance as a challenge. Summary 1.0. What is compliance? In the context of business, compliance refers to ensuring that organizations of all sizes and their personnel adhere to current domestic and international legislation. The fundamental piece of legislation that serves as the foundation for UK business law is the Companies Act of 2006. Compliance's primary goal is to prevent or quickly spot illegal behaviour so that appropriate action may be taken. And although operating a small company or beginning one may seem like a difficult endeavor, ensuring sure every area of your organization is conducted legally is worth the effort. Compliance rules have been put in place to safeguard your interests as well as those of your business, staff, and assets. 2.0 Definition of GRC. 3 facets of corporate management: corporate governance, risk management, and compliance, often see the same processes and areas from various angles and are therefore difficult to separate from one another. The term GRC refers to the procedures and actions that assist a corporation in achieving its objectives: corporate governance, identifying and mitigating potential hazards, risk management, and implementing and adhering to all relevant laws and regulations in day-to-day operations. Compliance. The 3 components of GRC are defined as follows: corporate governance. Corporate governance refers to responsible leadership for the benefit of the business's stakeholders as well as a variety of outside interest groups, e.g. shareholders. Consideration of necessary internal rules and conformity with national and international law are given particular priority. Risk management. Risk management's goal is no easy assignment. Risk management seeks to detect any risks that might compromise the accomplishment of company objectives and to eliminate, or at the very least mitigate, problems that could obstruct business as usual by taking appropriate action early on. Compliance. All corporate processes are governed by rules and regulations, which are the subject of compliance. Because of this, it may be difficult to discern between the 2 phrases from corporate governance, and they are often used interchangeably. The 2 words are mentioned individually in GRC for a purpose, nevertheless. 3.0 Benefits of compliance. Compliance is the procedure a business employs to ensure personnel follow internal and external rules and laws. It includes your company's written principles, ethical policy, employee handbook, and legal regulations, like taxes and corporate reporting. It may be part of a general counsel's office in major companies. In smaller companies, compliance falls under the CEO, CFO, and HR head. Here are some benefits of compliance for an organization. Company value. Non-compliance may lower the company's public and customer value. The organization should follow all rules to sustain value and customer perception. Employee morale. Employee morale drives external reputation and revenue. Compliance boosts morale. Business reputation in a market. Business reputation depends on trust. The public loses faith in a corporation with legal concerns. So, compliance is key to a good market reputation. Employee attrition. Attrition causes poor productivity and company loss or closure. Labor law compliance improves employee trust, which reduces turnover and boosts productivity. Consumer trust. Consumer trust develops gradually. Corporate profitability is fueled by it. Any violation shatters the trust that has been developed over time. Legal notices. If a firm breaks the law, it should be sued. By complying, a firm may avoid legal complications and function smoothly. 4.0 Compliance Department. Compliance ensures a company follows external regulations and internal controls. Compliance departments in financial services safeguard investors and maintain fair, efficient, transparent markets. System risk and financial criminality are also reduced. Identification, prevention, monitoring and detection, resolution, and advising are the standard 5 areas of duty for a compliance department. An organization's risks are identified by the compliance department, which also offers recommendations on how to mitigate or manage them. It puts measures in place to shield the company from these risks. The efficacy of controls in managing the risk exposure of the company is tracked and reported by compliance. The department also gives the company advice on regulations and controls and handles compliance problems when they come up. 5.0 Responsibility of the Compliance Department. The Compliance Department oversees a company's external and internal compliance. Compliance services in financial services safeguard investors and maintain fair, efficient, transparent markets. System and financial crime threats are reduced. These goals attempt to boost financial system trust. A compliance department identifies and advises on an organization's risks. Protect the company against these hazards. Compliance monitors and reports on risk controls efficacy. The section also advises the corporation on rules and controls. Key points. Determine the dangers that a company confronts and provide them advice. Identification. Create and put in place safeguards to protect an organization from these dangers. Prevention. Track and report on the effectiveness of these controls in reducing risk exposure for a company. Surveillance and detection. To address compliance concerns as they arise. Resolution. Advice on standards and controls for the business. Advice. 6.0 Compliance as a challenge. Conformity is difficult. A company has various obstacles to compliance. Non-compliance may result in significant penalties or the firm closing down. Organization process compliance is a collection of actions, procedures, and processes in a business that match key operations with internal and external laws, rules, and standards. Here are 5 business process compliance problems enterprises confront. Inaccurate and inconsistent data collection. Understanding and improving company processes and making vital choices are essential. Data analysis helps establish strategies in marketing, sales, HR, and operations. Inaccurate or inconsistent data collection is a major business process compliance concern. Companies that handle personal consumer data must take precautions to assure data quality and security. Lack of awareness. Employees that don't comprehend procedures or norms might also hinder business process compliance. Lack of knowledge might hurt when a company adopts new procedures as part of organizational transformation. Inefficient processes. Businesses may create inefficient procedures. Redundant or outdated procedures waste time and money. Your organization's finest procedure a year ago may not be the best now. Poor onboarding onto new systems. When a company launches a new program or platform, they must onboard personnel. Without effective onboarding, there's a danger of process inconsistencies, data entry errors, and other problems. Lack of audit trail. An organization at danger of non-compliance without audit trails. Since most businesses come under multiple regulatory legislation, such as HIPAA, SOX, and GLBA, and since these acts require adequate recordkeeping, firms should maintain an accurate audit log and trail system. 7.0 Summary. In the context of business, compliance refers to ensuring that organizations of all sizes and their personnel adhere to current domestic and international legislation. Three facets of corporate management: corporate governance, risk management, and compliance, often see the same processes and areas from various angles and are therefore difficult to separate from one another. Compliance is the procedure a business employs to ensure personnel follow internal and external rules and laws. Compliance ensures a company follows external regulations and internal controls. A compliance department identifies and advises on an organization's risks.